Hello everyone, this is Thingy from the Sanctum of the Soul, and today I've got with me the Work Your Lights Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell, and I didn't want to get this deck at the start, because, it says Work Your Light, and I'm not really a fan of overly light cards, because I think it's not very balanced, but, I saw the back of the box, and the artwork is so gorgeous that I couldn't help myself. So I got them. And thank goodness I did. Because you know what they say about decks? Don't judge a deck by the title. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they all say, don't they? So anyway, this is going to be a 44 card deck. And it's divided into 5 suits of sorts. You'll see later. It's going to be a gentle deck. You can see the roses, the soft pastel pinks and purples and blues. So yeah, oh, and the boxes, of course, shiny, which I love. Yeah, so this is your generic Hay House sturdy box, which I really appreciate. And you're going to have the guidebook. Quite a substantial guidebook. Each card is going to have about a page, a bit more than a page dedicated to it. And some strange things, like I was expecting a no, but yeah. So it's going to be divided into Suit 1 confirmation cards, Suit 2 inquiry cards, Suit 3 action cards, Suit 4 activation cards, and Suit 5 transmission cards. So, one gripe I have with this deck is that none of the cards are numbered, so you're going to have a bit of problems finding the card in the guidebook. And not just that, but the guidebook is divided into suits, so it's not going to be in alphabetical order. So yeah, it takes a while to get used to it and to find the card guide, because some of these cards aren't really immediately obvious. So here goes. According to the book, this will be the first suit, which is the confirmation cards. There are 4 of them, so here they are. Yes. No. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So that's beautiful, and I really love the color gradients used. So this does remind me of the Star Child tarot, in the that whole mosaic collage kind of artwork, which is beautiful. And next we've got Suit 2, the inquiry cards, and that goes all the way to Star Mother. So inquiry cards, I assume, are they ask you to think. So it's interesting that instead of answering the questions, the cards are asking you to answer your own questions. It's asking you to think about it, to meditate on it, and I think this particular suit is good for meditation. You can just take one out each day and meditate on it, basically. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. So you can see the fragmentation of the person, the individual. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? The crumbling, what are you clinging on to? So this is a bit like the Tower card and the Ten of Wands combined. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Just love it. And you can tell by now that it's not going to be an entirely light deck. You see all the lightning and the danger behind and the darkness. It's amazing. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So I've noticed that a lot of us have problems with this. We let other people kind of affect our energy too much. I used to have a big problem with this until there was a counselor and lots of inner work to get over it. Warrior woman. Yes. So the deck is going to be primarily feminine. You're not going to see a single man in sight. So again, I'm not really always a fan of either the masculine or the feminine, but at the same time, there's that kind of, it doesn't really tell you to be it's not really, it's let me rephrase that. It's more of a human physical kind of femininity rather than the divine feminine, so that's okay. And I do understand that there are probably more women in the new age movement, in the spiritual movement, than men. You can just search online and you see more female YouTubers than male ones in this line. And I think it's a shame because men also have so much to offer to the community, and sometimes the overload of women oriented cards, it's just pushing the men away. There just aren't as many options available for men to go into spirituality. That said, I still think this deck is amazing. I still think it's a wonderful deck, and I personally, I don't have any problems using decks with all women on it. I think it has a certain energy that I can work with, but I would just like to see more masculine figures, images on cards. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This is so important. That mirror, who or what is triggering you? So important. So these are just really important day-to-day questions that you have to ask yourselves. How are you being called to step up and lead? Priestess. Starseed, what lights you up? Beautiful. And there's this galactic kind of energy to it. Despite being softer, you still have that serious, vast energy in the cards, which I really love. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So as you can see, it's all female. There's the priestess, the warrior woman, the mother, and as someone who works with the divine mother, this doesn't really bother me that much, but again, it's probably going to bother some other people, and rightfully so. But there's so many decks out there. Just if this one bothers you, get another one. And the third suit is the action cards, and that's going to go all the way to Soul Family. Right? So these are, I was expecting the entire suits to have an imperative kind of, do this or do that, but it's not. They are still suggestions despite being action cards, which I do appreciate. This one's leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. beautiful, and you can see she's still standing, but her spirit just soaring. Inner Temple. Oh, this is the card that's on the box. Well, it's an updated version of the image on the box, which is beautiful. See these, like, you see their heart centers are like stars, and you see the energy, and there's that pyramid shape in the back. Oh, absolutely gorgeous, and you can feel the energy like a gateway. And it says devotion turn to the portal of your heart. So yeah, it's a gateway, and it helps that you should do inner work, like I've mentioned. It's so important. This one, dance, do something to shift your vibration. So this is amazing. You see the sand, which is a very zen kind of image, and you see the women dancing. Well, it's just one woman. And the moon, which features in a lot of these cards, traditionally feminine aspect. Of course, in Japan, the moon is ruled by a god rather than a goddess, which I think is interesting. Fill up your well, retreat, rest, and refuel. So important. Take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So these two are so... Oh, the energy. So these two are very restful cards. They're very healing cards. And you can see the energy is different. This one's telling you to recharge, to add, to retake in energy, to fill up your batteries, while this one simply tells you to hold back a bit. So they are similar, but there's a subtle difference, and I appreciate that Miss Rebecca Campbell has been able to capture that in the two cards. And you can see this one, she's resting, she's filling up her water, while this one, you're focused outwards, so you're simply taking a break. One of my favorite cards of the deck, the Initiation, Rite of Passage, you're going somewhere sacred, love it. Love that it's beautiful on the other side, but of course there is a kind of wild, untamed, ferocious beauty to this as well. So I guess in a way, while you're transitioning, notice that there isn't a door, so you can come back anytime. And I think as a healer, as a spiritual practitioner, it is your job, your responsibility to come back to a not so pleasant place, to walk in the negativity, to in order to alleviate it. So that is amazing. This, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So you're going to take that risk. You know that there is going to be a risk involved, but at the same time, do it, for the greater good. It could be for yourself as well, opening your throat chakra, allowing yourself to express what you think you might get ridiculed for. Get grounded. So, love the plants. Look at all the roses, the roots. Oh, this is gorgeous. All the forests. Like that face looks almost like one of those Chinese Buddhist faces. Oh, amazing. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. And that's play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So I've always been an advocate of, playing while you're doing spirituality. I think that's important. I think only when you're enjoying yourself can you properly grow. It's not all just horrible healing of past traumas and stuff like that. You can have fun with it. Don't feel guilty for having fun with it. It is part of your life. It is part of this manifestation of your life. So do it. And I love the the cocktail. Oh, and look at the radiating sun. It's amazing. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns healing. Rewriting the future. Beautiful. Look at that. So you're breaking that chain of ancestral memory, ancestral experience. Sisterhood of the Rose, and that's beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, and teacher. Beautiful. So when I look at this card, I don't feel the resonance, because I feel like I've been, as a male, I've been excluded from it. I don't feel like this card is I don't feel like the energy welcomes me. I don't feel like I'm wanted in this card, which is a shame because I really love this card, but I just can't resonate with it. And I think I'm not going to be the only one who feels that way. So yeah, this is a shame. And in pushing for including more women in spirituality, you've actually succeeded in kind of segregating women and men when we are working towards oneness. And yeah, I really wish we had more balanced decks. Soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And again, there are only women in the family. Again, a shame. But I do love the mirror image and that feeling of connectedness, of oneness. I really do like the art and the energy. Be right back. Oh god. I'm gonna have to turn on the lights. Much better. Okay, so the next suit is suit 3, which is suit 4, which is the activation cards. And that's going to end at Imrama. Okay. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. I'm sure a lot of people will resonate with this message. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, love to the energy of that card, transformation, things are changing at the cellular level, deep healing. Love how this is slightly like an Egyptian kind of pose. Even the cat looks Egyptian, but the dress and all that is not. And of course, I guess this is supposed to be the double helix, like Kundalini, DNA. Love it. Keepers of the Earth. So this card really does resonate with me, as I am on a mission to reawaken and kind of bring out the energy of the Earth's children. So this really does resonate with me. Unbound. Love it. Break free of your bonds, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, which is so important. We have to stop living in the past. We have to stop giving the past so much power over us. Release it and move on. So this is amazing. And Anna, grandmother of Jesus, so that's Saint Anne. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Beautiful. And you see how it spans across different cultures, across the world. Beautiful. And pillar of light. Hang on a moment. Yeah. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, which is on the box, on both the insides of the box. You are the oracle. Yeah. So I love this card, and I love the image because that's how the energy comes in from, source and from earth. It goes both ways. It's beautiful. The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul tribe. Beautiful. You see, when you have an image like this, where they're vaguely, you can't tell if they're male or female. I think that's perfect for the card. The Great Gathering is inclusive to all, to even beyond humanity, beyond the earth. It's the gathering of all. Your soul tribe goes beyond your human form. So I love that. I would have liked some animals and all that, but this is fine. I do love how everyone just looks generic, nondescript. Beautiful. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Love the protective pose. Love it's a new moon. Oh. Birthing a new age. Beautiful card. Look at the galactic image. Don't know if those are monoliths or comets. Still, birthing asteroids, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Beautiful. It's such a call to action. That's the Council of Light. Another beautiful card. And here we see religious figures from Christianity, from Buddhism. Ah, beautiful. Divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realms. Beautiful. Imrama, what are you being called to journey to? So Imrama is this journey to the underworld. It's reminiscent of perhaps even the Tibetan Book of the Dead. You are traveling to the other side. And so what are you being called to journey to? So to me, traveling to the land of the dead is simply a metaphor for traveling to the spirit, to get in touch with your spiritual side. So I really, really love this card. I love the image. I love that in Rama, the land of the dead is not a scary place. It looks inviting even. It looks comforting. The water is clear. It's just beautiful energy. So we've come to the last suit, which is the transmission cards, and there are 4 of them. So the first one is Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. The second one, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Third one is Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So Lemuria, according to this Pleiadian channel and friend, she says that Lemurians were, had their roots in the Pleiades, which I have seen the energy, and I think that makes so much sense, and never really thought about it that way. But it does make a lot of sense, and Lemuria is like a liminal space on Earth, and it's a beautiful place of transformational energy. Love it. Akasha, of course, everyone has heard of the Akashic records. The records are, well, I guess they are what they are. Okay, let me just rephrase that. That sounded so bad even to me. So, Akasha's basically like the records of everything that's happened, everything that will happen, everything that's happening. So, if you invoke this, Know that you are on the path that's being recorded, has been recorded. Pleiades double mission. So this one, the Pleiadians have this deep desire to help humanity. So if you do invoke or get this card, you know that you have that desire as well. And the last one, Mintakan, I think that's how you pronounce it. Those are the light beings from Orion. Um, so I'm not sure if they are the original light workers. And I'm not really that interested in, titles like that. So I'm just going to leave it at that and know that there is also that desire to help humanity. So I'm not actually sure what the difference in the four cards are. So Lemuria, um, Lost Lands, yeah, yeah. Heaven can be a place on earth, okay. And Akashas, information from your soul records, so you're getting guidance from your soul. This one's highest good of humanity. Ah, right. So the first one, Lemuria is more about transforming the earth into heaven, while Pleiades is more about serving humanity. Uh, so not so much about the earth, apparently, according to the book. Anyway, the last one, Mintakan, is to right. So it's more about telling the star seeds, which is everyone, to not to be grounded on Earth rather than being out there, longing for a place you're no longer in, which I think is a very important message. So kudos to you, Miss Rebecca Campbell. And now, like always, I'm going to do a small reading for myself. So, what is my role here? Right. So I decided to do a 7-card reading because the cards wanted it. So I've got Mintakan, Play, Inner Tempo, so that's quite an obvious call. I'm supposed to ground myself and enjoy the experience here on Earth. And then there's the Sisterhood of the Rose, exactly the card I said I didn't resonate with. So I am sorry to the deck. Message received. And that's Awakening and Pleiades. Let me show you Awakening, Pleiades. So it's something to do with, bringing the humanity to a certain kind of awakening, and Council of Light. So it seems like I am on the right path. I'm trying to guide people in energy, as well as myself, of course, listening to the guides. So I think this is a great reading for me. And yeah, yes, and the backs of the cards are beautiful as well. So yeah, all in all, this is a great deck. I have to be honest, despite all that, all the nagging about inclusivity and things like that. I do really, really, really love this deck. It just grows on you. The energy is just so perfect, and like this is exactly the kind of energy that I use. Like, this is the energy that I involve myself with the most. Look at the colors. So this is perfect for me. And the deck, this, I get it. Okay, I take it back, sort of. Um, my main gripe still stands, but I guess in this case, priestess, mystique, teacher, fine, I get it. So yeah, you can see how well the deck responds, how well the deck works. So go get it if this resonates with you. So this is Thingy from the Sanctum of the Soul. Do like and subscribe. I will link my details in the description, so my Facebook page and all that. So do go and check that out. Until next time, see ya.